Hi, everybody.
Good morning from the Pittsburgh Disney House. It's coffee moments with Mike and Jake London. We're happy that you're here. Do you like our backdrop? We actually leave that up permanently in our house, and it's on like one of those TV
Screen.
screens that you can pull down. But we have this mural that I taped on the sides, and we keep it up. So when people come to visit the Pittsburgh Disney House, I said it wouldn't be complete without a picture in front of the castle. And I pull it down, and we all gather around and get a picture in front of the castle. So that's how we do it. That's how we rock and roll here in the Pittsburgh Disney House. I talk about rock and roll. They got rid of that roller coaster in I think Hollywood Studios the other day. Although I can't do roller coasters, but Mike does. Mike, you do roller coasters.
Well, I used to have a fear of roller coasters, and I used to get knot in my stomach and all that. But again, I don't know if it's old age or whatever, but I suddenly acquired a ability to ride them without a problem.
That's
Actually
opposite.
enjoy them. Actually enjoy them.
Yeah, but usually when people get older, that's when they don't want to do all of that stuff. But do you remember what president did we have and he like went skydiving?
I don't know.
No, I think it was. I want to say it might have been Bush.
Bush Senior.
I think it was Bush. He went skydiving like as his like a 70th or 80th birthday or something like that. That will not be me, by the way.
Well, the newest roller coaster in Disney, I think I had issues with just because I got off, and that one was a little too rough for me.
That was what was the one that has like a plane? You would think I know all the roller coasters, but that's what I said. I don't do roller coasters. What was that one of it? It has music that's playing. I know you all know because you're younger or whatever. Actually there's people in our pass holder group, and I see them. They're like our age and they ride. That's like their favorite ride. I don't know.
It's a new one. It's a new one that shakes you around a lot, and that was the one where
is the one I was waiting for you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how you know a roller coaster is you should not go on. You ask me. So I can't do roller coasters. So I'm waiting at the end because he's like all of a sudden a daredevil now. So I'm waiting at the end, and there is a little mini fridge, and there's little water bottles in there, and there's on top of it a big case of paper bags, and there's an attendant there from Disney. And when you get off this ride, now you guys all know which ride I'm talking about. When you get off this ride, there's like 4 benches, and there's garbage cans there, and you get off the ride, a lot of people will sit for a minute, and the attendant's job is to hand you a paper bag and a little water bottle. I think they should tell you before you get on that that's how you get off, because I think a lot of people, if they saw that that's how a lot of people have to get off that ride, they wouldn't go on in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, he didn't do it. I thought he would.
But I guess there are some that have some issues with it. But I didn't have to do that. Like I said, I used to have. I remember any ride. I haven't tried the spinny rides or anything like that. Those are ones usually
that get you, the spinny ones.
Yeah, the roller coasters so far.
He's been hanging in there with them. He's enjoyed them. Yeah. But anyway, so I can get the name of that. But anyway, it is in Epcot. And I just thought if you have to have an attendant at the bottom, and while I was waiting for you to come off, there were like 3 people that got off and actually got green. They come off and their faces were green. Oh. And he hurried up, handed him a water bottle and a paper bag. So, yeah. If you're walking up to an attraction and it tells you, if you're this, if you're that, if you have this, if you have that, if you're old, like I'm getting older, that's a warning. It's a big warning sign. Maybe you should reconsider this. But there are people our age that absolutely love that stuff. And like I said, you're starting to you ride that roller coasters now. But anyways, I wanted to talk today. Okay, so if you're thinking about, you're going to go to Disney and to extend your vacation a little bit without it costing you any more money. And an extra, I call it like an extra basically free day at Disney. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that because I thought I could maybe help extend your vacation for one extra day and bring a little bit more magic into your trip. So one of the things that I have done is that, first of all of the resorts are absolutely beautiful. For most of the holidays, they're decorated. For Easter, they do the huge chocolate Easter eggs and decorations. They're phenomenal. Obviously, at Christmas, they do a bunch of decorations for Halloween. Spring and Garden, they do a little bit. But the resorts are really fun to visit. So what I do, and we've done it together before.
Yeah, I thought this year some of the resorts, there was a couple that were not
decorated as much as we had thought.
And I think they put a little bit more effort into some of the parks that because
They
Christmas is such a big time a
Right.
year.
Yeah, because we've been there all the resorts, like resort hopping before, and I do agree. I think this year some of the resorts weren't decorated as much as what we were used to seeing in the previous years, but they're still worth visiting. So what I would say is you can do like some of the rides, even like so you can go to Disney Springs, start in Disney Springs, and then from Disney Springs you can take the bus transportation, and you can take a bus to like go to one of the resorts. Once you get into, because they don't usually let you park at the resorts if you're not a guest at that resort, unless you have a dining reservation. So the way to get around it is you go to Disney Springs, it's free parking. You take the bus to whatever resort you want to start at, and then when you get there, like to go from one resort to the other. Like say you're going to go to the Beach and Yacht Club. When you go to the Beach and Yacht Club, you can tour around there, and then you're allowed to walk around and see the lobbies are usually decorated for whatever time of year it is. And then from there, you can take a boat and it's free transportation. You take the boat, and you can go over to no, I'm thinking of Myrtle Beach boardwalk at the boardwalk. You can go over to the boardwalk at that time. During the boardwalk, they have a bunch of in the afternoon, a bunch of free entertainment. They'll have a juggler. They'll have people playing music out on the boardwalk and things like that. So you can go over there. Then you can take another boat from there, and you can go over to say another one of the parks. Then you can get on, you go to a bunch of the different resorts, and you can look this up and you can ask them at the concierge, any of their resorts. As many times I've been there, I still, because I always go different directions, I still will stop at the concierge and ask, hey, from here I want to go to, I want to go to whatever resort, Wilderness Lodge. And they'll tell you, okay, you need to take the monorail. And then when you get off the monorail, you need to take the boat. And then you get off the boat, and then it takes you to there. And then so you just can ask them, and they'll get you around. It's super simple. But you can you can ride the monorail. You can ride a couple different boats going back and forth to different places. You can ride the Skyliner, which is a lot of fun. You can stay on it and take the whole trip. It's a pretty long trip, and it's actually really cool up there. If you look down at all the different things, you can do that. So you can do all of those different types of transportation, and they're kind of like rides, but it's you're not paying for anything, and there's different stops along the way. One of the other things, we have not done this yet, and I really want to do it.
What's that?
So last time we were there, we went for the very first time. It was on my bucket list, my Disney bucket list, to go see the horses.
Yeah.
And anyways, that was really, really nice. But that same resort, what was
that was at Fort Wilderness.
Fort Wilderness, that's right. Thanks, honey. So Fort Wilderness, when you go to Fort Wilderness, and we got to Fort Wilderness, we went to Magic Kingdom, and then from there we took a boat to Magic Kingdom, and we didn't go into the park. We took a boat to Magic Kingdom, got off that boat, got on another boat, and went over to Fort Wilderness. That was a nice ride too.
What Glenn is trying is saying is that these are places you can go for free to extend
your trip.
Your trip, as far as without costing you.
You don't have to pay a park pass.
No, you're not going to get into the parks.
But you can see a lot of the other things.
Go to the resorts or the hotels and check them out. They're beautiful.
And then when we went to Fort Wilderness, we actually got a little snack at their cafe there, and then we walked over and we got to see all the horses. Well, they only had a couple. You can see a lot of them, but only a couple of them are like on the display or whatever. And they have an attendant that sits there. And I used to have horses, so I was a lot of fun talking to her about the horses. And they'll tell you like their schedule, like they get to go, they have to work like 3 days, but then after 3 days they get 2 days of a break, so they rotate through the horses. I thought that was nice. They don't work all the time. They're basically semi-retired, I'd say, if you're only working 3 days a week. But anyway, so that was nice to go see the horses from there. There is a lot to do. Oh, I was going to tell you. So that same place that we saw the horses, in the evening, you can go over and they do a bonfire.
Oh yeah.
And it's free. And they have Chip and Dale there to get pictures with, and they show a movie, a big screen, like outdoor, like basically driving, I guess, movie, but they just have like benches that you can sit and watch one of Disney movies. And then afterwards, I think it's like $5. I could be wrong. This is cheap. You buy a kit, a s'mores kit, and they have a big bonfire, and you can make yourself a s'more. And that's included for free. So that would be a fun way to spend the whole day. We did part of that day, but we were tired and we didn't go to the bonfire. But I do want to do that. Go check out the bonfire because it's a lot of fun. They have a sing along, and I like campfires and stuff. So that's one of the things I do want to do. But that would just be a really, I think, fun way. We've done a lot of that. We just haven't done the bonfire part of that day yet. And then in the evening, even if you don't want to do the bonfire, go back, start where you don't have to pick up your car, go back to Disney Springs, because Disney Springs really gets kicked up and going. I think about 4, 5 o'clock for sure. They have multiple theaters that are outdoors with benches and bleachers, and they have a ton of free entertainment, and they're good.
Their concerts are first rate.
They're really good. And then what's fun too is sometimes they'll have like high school kids come and put on a little performance or a dance. I saw the one time they were doing tap dancing. You never know what the shows are going to be, but you can go from theater to theater and see all of that. They even have that one girl on that traveling piano. Do you remember her? She has like a piano, and she's like a golf.
Oh yeah.
I think it's like on a golf building. I don't know how they built it, but it looked like it was like on a golf cart. She's playing the piano and singing as she's like going around the Disney Springs. So there is a lot to see and do in Disney. If you want to spend a day at Disney, want to do all of the things, even like I said, some of the rides I consider the boat ride, the Skyliner, the monorail, all of that is to me that's still like an attraction. So you can do all of that. You can't actually get into the parks, obviously so, but you can do all of that and spend a day at Disney and not really spend any money there. So I just wanted to share that, because if you're a first-time Disney person and say, you get there at whatever time, or your flight doesn't leave until the evening, and you might have a couple hours, what are you going to do because you can't get into the park? So you can do a part of that day that I gave you, or if you want to just extend your vacation a whole nother day, you can do all of that and extend it a day. Another thing is that people pay if you are staying at even the resorts outside Disney have multiple pools and hot tubs. And I would say to include one day just to go to the pool and the hot tubs and things like that at your own resort. So it's just a way, like maybe you're going to go for a week, but you're only getting a 4 day park hopper pass or a park pass. Then that'll give you things to do that are still Disney related and Disney themed and things. And you're still in the bubble, as they call it, being in the bubble, but it's not costing you a ton of money. So, anyways, those are my recommendations. And
yeah, we went to a resort timeshare, and Glenda showed me all around and showed me all the pools, and it had like 6, 8 pools, and then hot tubs in every one of them, and but she kept me busy all day long.
At Disney.
So at 8 o'clock to like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'd come home and back to the place, and they were all closed as far as all the pools were closed. And then I'm like, I'd really like to enjoy the pool or the hot tub of that. So one day I went down and the gate was open.
We came back probably about 7 or 8, and you went down.
And someone walked over, and it was and they said, "How'd you get in here?" Well, the gate was open, and they said, "Oh, okay." Next day, that gate was locked.
They weren't supposed
someone forgot to lock the gate.
We always got back late because we stayed at the park the whole time, and he wanted to go in the hot tub.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was so funny. So how did you get in here? Said, I came through the gate.
Yeah.
Said, so that gate wasn't supposed to be open. He thought he come up at night, and he said, "It's the only one down there. It's a beautiful night. I was the only one in down there at the pool." And the next day, we found out. We found out why when she told you.
My shirt, by the way, it says no sign of intelligent life. And so thanks, Glenda, for picking a nice shirt for me. I'll pick my own shirt next time we do this.
He's a good sport. I find funny shirts for him. So he's a good sport by wearing them. So anyways, what's your favorite Disney shirt? You guys have a favorite? A lot of people, when they go to Disney, they will do like group shirts. They're all the same and things like that. We have to talk about that one time, because that was hilarious. Some of the slogans we've seen on like most expensive day ever and all kind of funny. There's some really good funny Disney shirts, and we always have fun reading everybody's shirts. So I saw that one and made me laugh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's it for today. I guess we'll see you tomorrow morning. I hope that you stay tuned with us at Coffee Moments with Mike and Jay Glenda. And this is let's do our little sing along thing here. I made us ready.
All right.
Sip, 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 smile a lot. Coffee moments hit the spot. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. It's not stopping. I got a new clicker, but it's not working. Is it still going? still going. I'm going to have to get up and hit it. I don't know why it's not working now. Hold on. We're still learning the technology part of all of this. Bye.